what exactly we do at initiation phase. So initiation phase is more about your governance of a program. In initiation phase, you should frame a proper governance model for your RPA program. So if I talk about RPA governance model, it should be in line with this particular presentation which I'm talking about. So if you look at, we are looking at 3 layers of governance model. The first one is at the project level. Let's reverse the order. The first one is at the organizational level. When I say organizational level, your board committee would have a kind of directives wherein they want to improve the productivity, they want to increase the revenue, and probably they want to increase the efficiency of all the processes in his organization. Now that directive would give RPA as one of the solution, would also give a continuous improvement as one of the solutions. There would be many other solutions, of which RPA is one of them. Now, at program level, the second level of the governance model, your program manager would have various programs running in your organizations for improving productivity or increasing revenue. So one of the program would be your RPA program. For example, another program could be the Six Sigma initiative, or another program could be a normal tactical automation initiatives. What we should be focusing at is the project level governance, which is very important. Now, if you look at all the parameters which are there in the project level governance, yes, we are going to discuss these in details, but let's understand. The first one is governance. So we'll talk about what should be the governance model, what tools or what are the key deliverables in your governance model. Then the second one, the delivery part of it. Because once you're into the implementation, then probably you'll do a due diligence, and in your due diligence you would identify what kind of processes are there. You will dive into the process, you would understand all the kind of cases or sub cases or correlation and every permutation and combination of the process possible in your due diligence. So that would be the part of delivery, wherein you would be able to identify what should your service design document or your complete package of RPA program look like. In your delivery, you are going to have your development team onboarded, working on it, having a particular time frame, milestones, delivery timelines, everything that would be there in your delivery package. Other parameter which we'll talk about, operations. Yes, very important. This is the area where you're going into, and it should be taken with the utmost seriousness. Who all are involved from operations? What kind of hierarchy would be there in operations? How many processes are there in the operations? What kind of KPIs is your RPA program going to impact in your operations? What sign off have you taken on your RACI metrics from operations? So everything which is related to operations, which is related to a core process, the area where you are actually diving into for RPA, the area from where you reap out the benefit of RPA, we'll talk about operations. Then configuration management. Oh yeah, very important thing. Configuration management is because you're going to hit a system, you're going to hit an application, then probably your organizations would have various technology, various other applications, and probably in those applications would have various owners of those applications. Now, because you're going to have a handshake between those owners, how would you onboard those application owners? So yes, it is very important to have a proper configuration management. Because if one of the application owners says, oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't involved in your RPA program and I was not onboarded since inception, then probably going to be a challenge, because probably he will not going to give you sign off on that application. So we would talk about configuration management, which is one of the important pillar at the project level governance. We have process testing, or you can say some organization would also use UAT, user acceptance testing, or user adaptability testing. Now, you have your product developed, everything done, check, tagged. Now you're going to test it. Now, sometimes when you're going to test it, you would not get the use cases, or probably you will not get that kind of data. Probably you are in a month of time where the volume is low. Now, that is why there has to be a very smart program around your UAT. When are you going to do it? What month are you going to choose? How many people would be involved? what all cases you are going to take, what kind of volume you are going to take, what should be your user acceptance criteria. I mean, the criteria through which you would say, yeah, right, fine, my particular solution or my product is working fine. So this would be a part of your user acceptance, your testing or user testing. Product release and deployment. Yes, everything works fine. My user testing has been done, product accepted, operation has given sign off. How are you going to release it? How are you going to deploy it? How would you make people comfortable with the RP program working instead of them? Your change manager would come into a picture. He would make a bridge between the person who is working on it and then the solution you're going to deploy on that system. Then how many versions would be there? What would be your update cycle? This all would be covered in your deployment, release and deployment plan. Then demand management. Now, this is very tricky, demand management. So what happens when your RP developer is sitting with your process expert, and probably at that point of time, the process experts forget to tell him something important, and then he develops and put that into solution. Now solution is up and running. Now suddenly, the process expert realizes, oh my God, we are missing something. What should we do now? At that point of time, if you define a demand management, that could be met. So what would happen, that if something new has been identified in a process or something which missed during a process study, that can be have into an implementation through a proper demand management. So there has to be a complete governance on demand management as well, which would say, if anything new, anything which was not identified earlier, if we identify those things later on in the process, what should be the proper mechanism of placing them in the middle of running RPA program or running Blue Prism or UiPath process. And last but not the least, and very important, support and maintenance. Yeah, you have your fantastic RPM Mercedes ready to run on a shining road, but now who is going to look after the tires? Who is going to look after the cleanness of that car? Yes, you have your RPA program packed, released, everything is working fit and fine, but everything has a life cycle, and yes, everything has a breakpoints. So there would be various breakpoints during the running of your RPA program. So we need support and maintenance. There has to be proper mechanism, documentation, timelines, and everything around your support and maintenance. That is what we are going to discuss as support and maintenance. So guys, to summarize, this should be your governance program or governance model. We are not getting into details for organization level governance or your program level governance. What we would look at, the project level governance. And project level, the role of project manager, or for me, for you, would be to have a complete good set of deliverables around it, and a proper governance and communication stakeholder management across all the parameters or all the pillars which we're talking about in your project level governance model.